Hi guys, just doing a quick little video on the top 8 International Tournament rule set. I will also link in the description below the link to the challenge page which describes the rule set and also shows you the brackets and the scores. So firstly, it's a double elimination tournament, seeded based on the games played versus the top 8 only. Also, if you fall into the lower bracket, you can actually still make it to the finals, because the winner of the losers bracket does play the winner of the top bracket, basically, to play out for the grand finals. So the map pool is based on the same 6 map rotation for the qualifiers, which is Crisberg, Farmland, Deb, Schelt, Bocage and Lumber. So the only difference is it's basically you have to win 2 games in a row to progress to the next round. So potentially you could have really even players play a lot of games against each other before they can progress. Might be a bit interesting. Could see some good nail biters. But if it gets to the sixth draw, so if the player, let's say, if I win the first map, the opponent wins the second map, that's counted as a draw. So then we play off again. If it happens 6 times, there's a best of the one decided based on the first map, and then coin toss. The coin toss website will be used if there's any dispute of nations or map size. But I doubt it's going to get to 6 draws, but who knows? It'll be quite interesting and fun to watch. Also, with that rule set is actually another thing's changed where each player can choose a map and nation in each round. So basically, they play their pick. So let's say for me, I'll play my pick of map and nation once, and then the opponent plays, and I will then play the opponent's map pick and nation. I will play against him with his map pick and his nation. So basically, you have kind of like a home ground card advantage for each player. So I can draw my card out, or I can even choose possibly what I think the opponent will be weak as. So I'll choose this opposite side, or the side that they would have selected, or a map that they dislike, for example. So there's kind of no excuse, I guess, for rounds to fall upon, to blame upon the map being called on that round when you're facing a certain player, as it's basically you play your best rules and best maps and best nation, and you have to play his too, so it's kind of fair. So that's basically the main changes really from the first international tournament and this one. So obviously the same thing, competitive mode only, default settings, minimum bandwidth if it's requested. Another thing is no USA versus Japan. There's been lots of, complaints, and I do kind of agree. The majority of players do not want to see that kind of matchup. It's kind of unbalanced, and it's quite hard for Japan, or quite hard for USA to actually get a good foothold at the start. They always have to spend a bit extra to get on top of Japan. In fact, Japan's units probably half the price and can do as much damage versus each other. So that's gone. So if that happens, if a player chooses USA and another player wants to go Japan, just do the coin toss program again. So if there's any disputes, who wants to go first in choosing, who wants to go first in choosing USA or Japan, who wants to choose the maps first and nation first, that all goes to coin toss. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter which one goes first or not, but I guess you may have a slight, if you have a feeling, let's say you want to play your best map first and get in there to the second match feeling like you got a win up on you, I guess that could be a reason why. Feel free to use coin toss if you have a dispute. So match deadlines here. Games are to be arranged by the players. I'll try help with the arranging, but obviously time constraints, we don't want to last forever, so I'll kind of pull up players as fairly, but there'll be a bit of leeway there, I suppose, as we do want to have all the games being played and have no forfeit. So if the players can work with me to play the games, that'll be fantastic. So secondly, spectators are okay if both players agreed. Bandwidth, I mentioned that. Disputes, so hopefully I'll be there to cast all the games, or Hansi, or Boogeyman, or anyone. So if no one's there to cast, if there's any disputes, as a screenshots needs to be produced. But we know everyone in the top 8 anyway, and I doubt any of that will happen. So that's basically the rules of the rules of the tournament there. So the bracket, as we go so far, we see On the top bracket here, we have A and B. I got Strat 29 myself up against Chinito, the seed number 8 first. Then the second row we have B bracket. We got Greek and Loncano, which should be quite a good matchup, I'd say. Greek being a bit out of practice, but Loncano being quite, I guess, more experienced now and improving on his game. So hopefully that should be an interesting matchup there. And Staker and Boogeyman the next one. So Boogeyman's definitely improved a lot too, but Staker is definitely not letting his guard down too. He's been practicing playing a lot. I've seen him in Men of War a lot, so that should prove to be quite a good epic, depending on the map, I suppose. And Rutland and Godwin. This is the the game of death here. I really can't pick that one. Will be really good to see, and hopefully we might even get to the 6-game draw, so they could possibly draw 6 times and force the decider, which will be the most epic game ever. So basically that's the bracket there. I'd say, analysing those 2 brackets, they look pretty damn good. I wouldn't know which bracket I want to be. But the top bracket, I suppose, is slightly easier in my opinion, but it's still got Greek there, which is a superb wildcard here. Could quite easily beat me. Greek did nearly beat me. He got the closest in the qualifiers and has beaten me before a few times. And down at the bottom bracket here we have Staker, a massive talent, and Boogie, who's improved so much and can potentially even win the tournament too. He's even beaten me in a few pracs recently as well, so who knows if he can perform under pressure. He may be getting to there. And Rutford here we have Rutford and Godwin here, which I can't pick. Rutford not playing much as late, but you can see he's definitely from the previous experience, he can perform under pressure, winning the Anzac Male Tournament number 2 and coming third or fourth in the other one. And Godwin here, who is just a superb all-round player. So it should be fantastic to watch. I'll be posting the videos, I suppose, over the time of this tournament as we go along. So happy gaming, guys.